Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we were going through supports. In this episode, let's continue going through them. We got a lot of supports. It has been in 5 years.
Oh, Marianne, are you confessing again today?
No, I was waiting for you.
For me?
I wanted to apologize. You kept trying to encourage me, but I just avoided you in return.
No, I'm the one who should be sorry. I only wanted to give you some advice, but I ended up running you off.
Can I tell you something, Ash?
Of course.
You said that my crest is an extraordinary gift, but I don't agree with that at all. Don't people have more important qualities?
What do you mean?
Like, how much we help those around us. Or whether or not we can make other people smile. Sylvain says that a person's value is in their smile.
Sylvain, huh? He really can turn anything into a line.
I'm trying to be less negative. I've also realized that I should have a dream to pursue like you do. I think people who have something to work toward are more fulfilled. Yet here I am, living an empty life without a dream.
That still sounds kind of negative to me. What does being fulfilled even mean here, anyway? Are you saying that people without dreams live empty lives? I don't agree with that. When I was a kid, I was too busy worrying about my next meal to have a dream. Was my life empty then?
That's not what I mean at all. I just don't know... I don't know how to find my dream.
Hey, chin up. Maybe I can help. I'm sure we can come up with something for you in no time if we put our heads together.
You'll help me?
Absolutely. Unless, you don't want me to, of course.
No, I would appreciate that. I want to find something worth working toward. Together, with you, and with my head held high.
Wow, you've gotten much better. You're not doubting yourself anymore. It's like your state of mind is completely different. What changed?
Can I tell you honestly?
Please do. Maybe this is a chance to resolve our dispute and move on.
As a knight, an ally, and even as a person, I know I can trust you. But somewhere in my heart, there's a part of me that can't forgive what you did.
Of course. Your brother's blood is on my hands. It wouldn't be easy for anyone in your position to feel forgiving. If someone said it was easy, I would probably give him a smack in the face. You may never be able to forgive me, no matter how hard you try. I'm prepared to accept that. It's my duty.
I admire your spirit, Catherine. Honestly, I do. I hope the part of me that's holding this grudge will get smaller with time. And maybe someday, it'll vanish.
That's rather poetic.
Maybe, but I'm being serious.
Sorry, didn't mean to make light of it.
No, it's all right. We should have talked like this much sooner. I feel like I can finally stop dwelling on the past and start looking forward to the future.
I think meeting you has been good for me, too. Different people have different morals. They won't always agree on what's right and what's wrong. Maybe that's obvious, but it's something I think about when I'm talking to you.
Can I ask something of you? I'd like to get to know you better, Catherine, as a person, and as my friend.
Sure, but I won't do all the talking. It'll be dull if you don't tell me about yourself, too.
Me? It won't be very interesting for you, but okay.
Okay, let's chat over a nice, tasty meal, my treat.
Christoph, Lenato, watch over me, please.
Hurry up or I'll eat all the food!
Coming! No good. I've lost sight of them completely, and those monsters might still be out there. I'd better get back to the monastery before dark.
Ash! Ash! I finally found you.
Cyril? What are you doing here? You're awfully far from your post.
I'd heard you'd gone missing, so I started looking for you everywhere. Here, I brought you a map. You can use this to get home later, right?
You came all this way for that? Alone? It's dangerous out here.
Am I being a nuisance?
Well, of course not. This is a big help, actually. You took a serious risk coming out here, though.
But I thought we were friends. That's what you told me, Ash. You said friends help each other when they're in trouble.
I did say that. You're right. Come on, let's get back to the monastery. I could use your help finding the way.
I know you could. That's why I came out here. Oh no, I just thought about it. I'm gonna be in trouble when I get back, huh?
Maybe. Leaving your post is against orders. But don't worry, I'll take a share of the punishment.
What? Why? You did nothing wrong.
True. We're friends, though, aren't we?
Friends gotta get punished together too? I don't know about all that.
I wouldn't put it like that. I'd say friends stick together, through good and bad. So, let's split the blame. That's what friends are for.
Wow, so that's what friends are for. Okay then, when you're in trouble next time and you need my help, I'll go with you to get punished.
Good. I hope you remember that, because I think we're going to be friends for a long time.
You betcha. Friends for life, Ash. That's a promise.
This is why I keep telling people we need to keep her underground. It's a miracle that no one was hurt. Next time, we may not be so lucky.
What makes you so certain this incident was caused by her sighing? It seems unfair to cast blame until you're truly sure.
Isn't it obvious? A horde of monsters appeared out of nowhere and attacked us.
Uh-oh. You guys are talking about me, aren't you?
There you are. You won't get away with this crime. I'll make sure everyone knows who was to blame.
Hey, you didn't answer my question.
He doesn't care what we have to say. Forget about it.
No, you told me you had nothing to do with this. I can't just leave it alone.
Yes, you can. And you don't need to worry about it.
But I do. What if they pressured you into confessing something you hadn't actually done? They mean well, but they seem to think they have good reasons to suspect you. Those suspicions could lead to forceful questioning. They'll do anything to get to the bottom of this.
You're probably right. If he has his way, they'll do whatever they can to pin it on me. What about you? There isn't some part of you that agrees with that creep?
No. I know you don't sigh unless you absolutely can't help it. You would never endanger people like that unless something pushed you over the edge. I know this wasn't your fault. You said as much, and I believe you.
That's sweet. But unfortunately, your conviction isn't good for much on its own. We have no proof.
Then we'll find proof. If you didn't cause it, then something else did. We just have to find out what. I'll investigate the site where we were attacked. There could be a monster nest nearby.
You're so darn trusting, Freckles. For all you know, I could be lying.
Your commitment to honesty is as strong as mine. You'd never turn your back on our common bond.
You're just like the Luna Knight.
Hey, come on. I was being serious.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, I promise. I guess part of me was hoping to meet one of those storybook heroes. Now I finally have.
If that's how you feel, then I'm going to live up to it. I'll do my best to make sure you never sigh again.
Mercedes, you're looking divine as always.
Good evening, Sylvain. Thank you for coming out to see me.
Just the two of us meeting at this time of night? You move quicker than I thought.
I don't know what speed has to do with it, but there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Ah, okay. I probably should have figured that out.
I can be so forgetful at times. I neglected to mention this the other day. I meant to say that I know you've been through a lot in this life.
Huh? Me?
Your parents have placed a great deal of pressure on you as their heir. And it's all because you were born with a crest. You've had to put up with such lofty expectations.
All of the kingdom's noble houses expect a lot from their heirs. I'm no different from any other noble guy or gal. We've all got responsibilities.
But didn't you mention that your brother envied you enough to wish you dead? I'm sure that wasn't easy.
Thinking about it, life was probably a lot harder for my brother than it ever has been for me.
Didn't you also mention that women were only interested in having your, as you say, crest baby? I'm not very interested in the particulars, but I get the feeling that you don't care very much for these women who throw themselves at you.
I'd appreciate it if maybe you kept that observation between the two of us.
Your secret's safe with me. I understand the pain you've had to carry.
I know you've got your share of bad memories too, but
That's why you feel comfortable letting your guard down around me. Come now. That's enough with the sad smile.
Mercedes. Was my sad smile really that bad? Did it ruin my dashing good looks?
Not at all. You actually look more handsome to me with honesty on your face.
Aw, here come the waterworks.
Don't be ashamed of crying. I'm here to protect you. Will you protect me in return?
I will. I promise. You know, Mercedes, you really are a special lady. Training on your own? You really do work hard.
I hate to break it to you, Sylvain, but there's nobody here for you to flirt with. So there's not much reason to hang around.
You're here, aren't you?
How ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as your face.
You'd really say something like that to a handsome guy like me? I'm crushed. Joking aside, may I join you? I only came out here so I could train too.
Sure, just don't get in my way.
I've been thinking about it, and I really depend on you. Maybe that's weird since I'm older than you, but still.
Hitting on me? Again? Have some dignity, would you?
No, I'm being honest. I thought you'd listen. Hey, I'd like it if you didn't get too far away from me on the battlefield, okay? Just stay where I can see you.
I'll stay as long as I can. You're useless without me, after all.
What? No, I'm saying if there's one thing I can do on the battlefield, it's keep you safe.
Whatever helps you feel better. Stay and protect me then. I couldn't bear it if you went off and died on me while I wasn't around.
I'm pretty sure that's my line.
It's getting late. We'd better head out.
You're right. I'm exhausted anyway.
You haven't been practicing enough. All that time you waste chasing after women would be better spent training. I'll train with you anytime, so just... What's that strange look for?
Well, you're going to think I'm being a jerk or hitting on you or whatever. When we're side by side like this, training, I feel, I don't know, oddly at ease.
I know what you mean. It's probably because we've been friends for so long.
That must be it. Let's never change. Friends forever?
Absolutely. No matter what happens, we'll always be friends, Sylvain.
Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. So your love life can get you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
I'm sad every time I break up with someone. It's just, I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up. I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently. But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me. I don't get it.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? You can't know it all right at the start.
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. It's not an excuse, but I'm always so suspicious. I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me. Except, they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family and without. It's always the same story. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Oh? What sort of thoughts might those be?
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing every night. A mountain of presents and marriage proposals. But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the real me.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now, and be with you until you become an old grandma.
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
Annie, do you have a moment?
Is this about what happened when we were shopping? If so, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Not so fast. I haven't properly apologized yet. So, I'm sorry. I got scared. Imagine if something bad happened to you because of me.
Mercy.
You would have just run away if you were on your own, wouldn't you? Instead, you acted defensively because I was there. I dragged you down.
Mercy, you're upsetting me. How dare you say that you dragged me down? You know why I was acting so recklessly? Because I wanted to protect my best friend in the whole world.
Annie.
Do you remember when we first enrolled at the academy? It seemed like everyone was leagues ahead of us and so far out of reach. I felt completely hopeless. But because you were there, I didn't lose hope. So, don't say stupid things about how you dragged me down or how you don't deserve things.
Thank you for saying that. And again, I'm sorry. You're just so important to me. I know I could never find another friend like you. You've stayed by my side through thick and thin. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me.
Mercy, can we be friends again?
Of course, Annie. Friends forever.
Good. I don't know what I would have done if we hadn't found a way to make up.
I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner.
No, I'm the one who should have stopped being so stubborn and said something. You know, now that everything's as it should be, I'm suddenly starving.
That's just like you. Come, let's go for tea.
Ooh, let's! And we should have some Mercy baked sweets on the side. I think I love you more than just about anything in the world.
You do? Oh, Annie, you're too sweet.
Not as sweet as your baking. I love your baking more than anything in the world, too. Other than you.
Well, I'm always happy to bake for you, Annie.
I'm so happy to have you back.
Mercedes! Finally! There you are.
Ah, Ferdinand. Why are you so short of breath?
I just wanted to show you something.
What's this? Oh.
Yes, these are financial records that I recovered from your adoptive father. They prove that when he adopted you, large sums of money changed hands.
Where did you come across these?
I stealthily made my way into Ferdiad and looked around his estate. It was easy. That kind of thing is no trouble for an intrepid young noble such as myself.
That's amazing! I mean, amazingly irresponsible. I can't believe you put yourself at risk for my benefit. I really wish you wouldn't do such things.
No, I did it for my benefit. I could not help myself. With these documents, we can show everyone what a scoundrel your adoptive father really is. His noble aspirations will be crushed. The lord of the region will probably rescind his adoption contract. In other words, you will be free. Here, take them. Do with them what you will.
Do you really believe these will set me free?
Yes, of course. You will be free to decide your own path in life and go wherever your heart leads you.
That does sound nice, but... I'm sorry, Ferdinand, but I think you should hold on to the documents.
Why? Is this not what you want?
I've lived so much of my life following everyone else's lead, so much so that I've come to terms with it. It's almost unavoidable at this point. But with these, I could regain my freedom and change all that.
You baffle me. Do you not wish to be free?
Of course I do. Let me try that again in a way you might understand. Ahem. A true noble cuts their own path, seizing freedom from the clutches of tyranny.
I cannot argue with that. Fine then. I will hold on to the documents.
But I'm really very happy that you're so concerned with my well-being, Ferdinand. It means so much to me that you went through all that trouble on my behalf.
Of course, Mercedes. The smile on your face is well worth the effort.
Are you praying, Ignatz? Are you concerned about something?
A little. I'm coming to accept that I will never be an artist. I'm self-taught, so my style and technique are probably all wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. Besides, how could I persuade my father? I can't even imagine his reaction. He'd disown me.
It takes courage to stray from the path that has been set out for you. It's never easy. I'm in a similar position. I've been carrying out my adoptive father's wishes up until this point. But... It's never a bad thing to have dreams. That's how I feel, at least. I can't imagine a life in which I'd given up on my dreams. How could anyone find happiness in that? Even with your father's demands, you can still work toward one small dream at a time.
You know, I suppose you're right. My dream of being an artist gives me the energy to go on. You're really wise, Mercedes.
Oh, goodness. That's not how most people would describe me. I just don't want you to give up on your art. Besides, I genuinely do want to see your painting of the goddess.
Really? I'm pleased to hear you say so. You said you're in the same position as I am. What did you mean by that?
My future has been decided for me as well. I'm to be married off to a nobleman.
What?
Is it really that surprising? I think many young women face the same fate.
So, will you get married?
I suppose I haven't given it much thought. Whatever may happen, I'm sure everything will work out in the end if I don't give up on my dreams.
Everything will work out in the end. Mercedes, you're amazing. I think that whatever you do, wherever you go, you'll help a lot of people. You're so kind. I know you can... Oh.
What's wrong, Ignatz? You have a strange look on your face.
For my whole life, I've wanted to paint the goddess, but I never could. Whatever shape I gave her, she never seemed quite right. But it's just come to me.
It's wonderful how inspiration can strike so suddenly. Quick, paint before you lose it.
I will. Will you help me?
I'd be happy to help, but I'm not sure what I can do.
Don't you see? The goddess I imagined and tried to paint so many times. She's you. I have to get my supplies. Stay right there.
Well, to say such a thing directly before the altar, that must be some kind of sin. I'll say an extra prayer for him. The time has come. I have been waiting to curse your soul with this tale of ghostly terror.
You have? Well, excellent. I won't run or hide.
Then we shall proceed. Our story begins when a friend of mine visited a graveyard in eastern Fargus.
Oh, wait.
Whatever is the matter, Eloise? I've barely just begun.
You got to the graveyard part so quickly. No warning at all. I wasn't ready. Ugh, listen to me. What kind of knight am I? Continue, Mercedes. I won't make another peep.
Very well, then. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. My friend went to visit his grandfather's grave, staying the night at a neighboring church. As darkness crept, he awoke to a strange sound. He peered out into the black of night to see a misshapen figure desecrating the graves. He barricaded himself in his room, waiting for the first glimmer of sunlight before fleeing the church. My friend soon learned that the graveyard was built on the ruins of an ancient battlefield. Legend says that the souls of knights who fell during the battle roam freely after dark. He was sure that the misshapen figure he saw was the ghost of a warrior searching for its earthly remains. After his stay at the church, my friend complained of restless nights and an unbearable weight on his chest. His closest friends and family feared a change in his eyes, as though it wasn't him occupying his body. No one knows for certain what happened that night. After years of isolation, his body was found in the very graveyard where it all began. Eloise? Did you hear me? I said, in the very graveyard where it all began.
Ah! What happened? Is it over? Oh, I blacked out after the part with the misshapen figure. Oh, I'm so pathetic. I'm a knight. I have to be ready to fight anywhere, even in a spooky graveyard.
I don't think many battles take place in graveyards in the middle of the night. But I suppose it's important to be prepared, isn't it?
Precisely. Please, Mercedes, help me prepare.
Of course. I'm happy to share another spooky story next time.
What's the use? Even with all I've learned, I still don't understand.
Hello, Constance. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just in need of a sympathetic ear. I found a magical scroll, which, unless I am mistaken, should relieve me of my woes.
Oh, wonderful!
Not so fast. The magic within this scroll is a type I have neglected to study. It pains me to admit this, but it may take decades of going back to the basics to grasp it.
Decades? That's a long time to spend with your nose buried in an old piece of parchment.
Why must the goddess dangle a solution before me, only to cruelly pull it away?
There's no need to despair. To tell the truth, I like you just as you are.
You do? Why? Those low moods of mine have never done anyone the least bit of good.
You're like a little sister to me. Nothing you do will change that, not even a little bit.
Really?
Of course, you're my sweet Constance, and I like you just as you are.
I see. Perhaps my moods are not the great burden I thought they were.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pressure you. No matter what decision you make, I support you.
I felt no pressure, I assure you. It's more that I feel embarrassed to have been embarrassed. I'd put so much effort into finding a magical means to alleviate myself that it never occurred to me that maybe all I needed was to accept myself.
What will you do with the scroll you found?
Oh, I'll continue to research it, for research's sake if nothing else, but I may have no need of it. It's not as if these moods of mine have ever hampered my efforts to restore my house. And I am as a sister to you, no matter which face I present, yes? Nothing, no mood, no foe, no obligation, will keep me from honoring my sisterly duty to protect you.
We can protect each other.
Good, it is settled. Now we can begin the hard work of reclaiming our titles.
Absolutely. We'll become sister sages and restore our houses to their former glory.
You understand the plan perfectly. If we walk this path together, it can only end in triumph.
There's nothing like a morning stroll to take in the fresh air.
In the thicket there, is that a human foot?
Ah! It moved! Someone help!
Sorry, Annette. I was really out.
Hey! You shouldn't surprise people like that. I thought you were an undead corpse. Why are you sleeping out here anyway? We're in the middle of a war. Doesn't that seem dangerous?
Middle of a war or no, you'll not defeat the Master of Dreams. He's a fiercely strong enemy.
Stop joking around. What are you even talking about?
No joking, I assure you. He is quite unstoppable. Or perhaps you know his weakness?
You really never change, do you? You sleep just as much as ever. Do you even remember what I told you?
You told me something? When?
Of course you don't. I told you that putting in effort...
Is how you grow. Is that the one?
So, you do remember?
Should I not have remembered?
No, it's just... You should put your talents to use elsewhere, that's all.
The truth is, I place effort in what brings me joy. I'm happiest that way.
No, that's not... Okay, let me put it this way instead. Working hard for other people helps you grow as a person. Do you not get the urge to work hard for other people? Like when you helped me before?
Not as such. Why would I go through that effort? For what gain?
For the gain I mentioned. That it helps you grow as a person.
Oh, I see. Well, then continue working hard for my sake. For example, waking me up today. And I suppose I will try to do a little bit more for you, too. I find working for others to be annoying, yet I wish to make an exception for you. I hope that's all right.
Just for me?
Indeed. You're the only person I'd bother helping. I could wear myself out helping you. Forever, maybe. What about it? I'll be there for you, and you can be there for me.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
What?
If we're doing our best for each other and all, then that's just a bit like... just kind of like a marriage.
Huh. You know, I feel as if you might be able to wake me up every morning. No small feat, that.
As though I would marry a man who can't even get up in the morning. Why did this have to happen? Getting separated from my own troop. I'm a failure as a commander. It's already almost sunset. My wounds are aching, and I'm so hungry. Maybe I'm just gonna die right here. But no! That's such a pathetic way to die. I wonder if the rest of my soldiers are okay. I'm so worried about them.
Up and at 'em, Annette. There you go.
Caspar? What are you doing here? I was wounded in the forest, lost sight of my troop. I wandered around and it... Oh, where is everyone?
Calm down, you got nothing to worry about. They're fine. My men retrieved the rest of your unit. You're the one we've been worried about. How you feeling? Are you hurt? You've got a pretty painful-looking wound on your leg.
Oh, I'm alright. Though I might have trouble running.
If you say so. I gotta admit, I got the chills when I heard you were missing. Your soldiers told me what happened. I was only able to find you thanks to them. You've got a good troop there. You should be proud. What's wrong, Annette? Not feeling so good after all?
No, that's not it. I was just thinking about what a hopeless commander I am. It's my job to look after my soldiers, but they ended up having to look out for me. If I'm this hopeless, I shouldn't be out there at all.
What are you talking about? I don't know anyone around here who works harder than you. You put your all into your work and everyone knows it. Why do you think your soldiers are so loyal?
Caspar.
There's no way they'd do so much for you if they didn't see it in you. Come on, let's head back. I'll help you if you're having trouble walking. Your soldiers are worried about you. Go show them you're doing just fine.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Caspar.
No problem. Just remember that it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you're learning from them.
Eating? In the dining hall. You?
What do you mean? The dining hall's where I do most of my eating.
If only the old version of you could hear you say that. It seems to me you've taken more care with your appearance of late, too. For once, you aren't covered in gravy and oil from head to toe. I'm impressed.
Of course not, Ingrid. A proper knight has to be neat and tidy.
All right, what have you done with Raphael?
It's all thanks to you. You said I had to clean up if I wanted to be a knight, so I started being more careful. Do you think I have what it takes now?
You've certainly become more knightly than before. But there's plenty yet to do to become a proper knight. It's not as simple as eating where you're meant to and not being covered in gravy.
Maybe I'd have a better chance if I just married you.
What does that have to do with anything?
You're real cultured, that's all. You already taught me to be neat and tidy. I figured you could teach me a lot more about being a proper knight if I always had you around.
That would be quite the undertaking for me. Listen, Raphael, That's sweet of you. However, as I've said before, I've no intention to marry. Let's cast aside this talk of marriage, and instead embolden one another to be the best knights we can be.
You're right. Probably a better idea to just embolden each other instead. As long as I still get your help with becoming a proper knight.
While you're working to be more proper, I'll be working to strengthen myself, that I might become a greater knight than you.
Huh. I don't know about that. I'm pretty tough. But I guess if anyone could beat me, it'd probably be you, Ingrid. Guaranteed.
Thank you, Raphael. That means a lot to me.
I think we'll end the video here, so in the next episode we'll go through some more supports. If you enjoyed this episode, do you like the videos? It helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the video so that way more people can discover my content, help the channel grow, and I'll see you all next time. Later!